Hello, beautiful people. Good day to you wherever you are watching me from. It's your friend CD Lifestyle. You're welcome back to my channel. In my last video, I discussed about unity in parenting part 2. And I remember that one of the points I raised concerning unity in parenting part 2 was on agreements concerning rules and boundaries. Agreement between parents are very important when it comes to rules and boundaries for their children. I saw something on the social media online where a teenage girl attended a party, think a birthday party of her mates or classmates, and on her way home, it was I wouldn't I somehow some three teenagers, boys, accosted her on the way, and somehow they lured her to a secret place that they have already proposed to carry out their evil work. She was raped, and in the process of trying to rape her, they put a lot of stones in her mouth so that when she tries to shout, nobody will hear her. And she was raped for about 1.5 hours. The three teenagers boys raped her. And so the question is, if she was given boundaries concerning where to go, time to go, the type of plays and parties to go by the parents, and she was being monitored by them, I think the risk of being raped will be minimized. No, when we don't give our children boundaries on the type of friends, parties, places to go, they tend to go to anywhere, or they go to any length in exercising their freedom, since there are no rules and boundaries for them by their parents. Or probably the parents agreed on rules and boundaries concerning parties, time, places, and where, but one of the parents no don't see it as something important, and he or she indulges the child. And any of the parents does that, it's proving that what the other person said might not be necessary, or is just out of fear. So as parents, we must give our children boundaries on the type of friends they must have. You need to know their friends. You need to know the houses of their friends, their closest friend and the house. You need to give them boundaries on how many friends you want to be seeing with them, and the type of friend and the character. You need to watch out for the characters of their friends, and that will help you to determine whether he or she should continue to be friend to such a mate or not. No, some of us as parents, we are very careless, and we feel that because our children are teenagers, we should give them all the freedom they need. When we do that, there are so many dangers attached to it. They are not secure, because we are in a world of wickedness. You can imagine somebody commented on that incident on the social media. He said, these are psychopaths. He said, see them as adults, they will be with zero mercy. No, some parents raised those boys that raped that girl. Some parents raised them. Probably in their homes, they have seen brutality, they have seen wickedness, they have seen aggression. They were trained like that. Their parents are always fighting. They fight brutally. They disagree brutally. They never reconciled. There is no peace in their home. And when such a child is being raised, definitely the child we see life the way that his or parents are showing him at home. So some parents have raised those boys, and I'm glad that when they were caught and they were taken to court, they were being sentenced as adults. They don't see them as minors, they don't see them as teenagers. And that is how it should be. We should let our children know that there are consequences to disobedience. So when you set rules and boundaries for your child and your child disobeys, ensure that that consequence to the disobedience is being enforced. That will prevent him or her to repeat such mistakes. So today, I want to say that when parents are united, they will raise children that will grow up as no with clarity in their hearts and with emotional security. So today I want to quickly rush through to finish unity in parenting part 3. So one of the things I'll be talking today is unity in modeling. Unity in modeling behavior. As parents, you need to model your behavior to your child. Children learn faster what they see than what you tell them to do. So they see you as their model. They emulate what you do. They emulate your character. They emulate the way you do things, the way you talk, your attitude to life and to other things around you. So don't just set the rules on paper or by mouth. You need to model the character. If you are telling your child you are setting a boundary for your child that you don't want to see him or her with some certain group of boys or girls or peers, then you as a parent, you need to model that character. If your child sees that when you go out, you are not the type that will be found among gamblers, you are not the type that will be found where drunks are, we are not the type that will be found in the camp of people that smokes, that do drugs, that do alcohol. Of course, your child will take after you because he or she has never seen you in such a company before. So when you are telling your child that this company is bad and these are the things that it will result into if you join this company as a child, then your child knows that if it is bad, then it means it is bad. Of course, because I've never seen my father or my mom in such a company before. But when you are a gambler, you are a drunk, you are a drug addict, you smoke, you do all sorts of things, and yet you want to tell your child that don't smoke, it's not good. But just because I cannot help myself, I'm an adult. By the time you become an adult, then you are not passing any message. And you are not giving him or her any training. You need to train your child through modeling, good modeling. And when I say modeling, as parents, you model you model respect for each other to your children. When they say that you as a father and mother respect each other, you respect each other's personality, you respect each other's opinion, you don't shout on your wife or your spouse in the public, the wife does not shout on the husband in the public, you respect each other, that your children will learn that respect is good. Secondly, you need to model conflict resolution. When you model conflict resolution, your child, by the time he becomes an adult or as he grows, when he has disagreement with somebody, he or she knows how to resolve the issue without violence. But if you as a parent, you resolve issue with violence, of course, you are going to raise children that will be violent. And another one, you need to model work ethic. No, when your child knows that you don't play with your job, you are serious with your job, you have integrity, you are upright, you are disciplined with your job. Your child from school age will know that work is very important. And it's part of life that one needs to be disciplined with and for him or her to achieve something great at the end of the day. Another thing, you have to model self-control. You need to control your temperament. When you have argument, when you have misunderstanding with people, when you are angry, you need to model it to your child. So that when your child is angry, he will not be telling you, Mom, you are stupid, Mom, shut up, and hit everywhere, scatter everywhere. You need to model it Self-control is very important. So the second thing I would like to speak about concerning unity in parenting is that we have to be united in long-term vision for our children. We need to know, we need to agree what type of adult do we want to breed, do we want to see in our child in the next 10, 20 years. You also agree concerning their education, concerning their character, concerning their faith and discipline in life. You need to work together to ensure that all those things manifest positively in their lives with your own help as parents for them to be able to achieve it. Thirdly, you need to agree. There must be agreement in unity, or there should be unity in teaching responsibility to our children. Our children must know about, no, you must unite as parents concerning the chores that they need to do, concerning accountability and consequences of laziness. And when they head in all this area, you need to ensure that the consequence of laziness or not being accountable, no, you ensure that the consequence, they see it, they experience it, so that it can teach them that they need to be more accountable and be responsible. Don't say a child does not know how to wash the dishes, and because you have tried him or her maybe few or several times, it's not, he or she is not washing it well, then you say, just leave it, I'll do it by myself, or you get somebody to be doing it for her. By the time she grows up and becomes an adult, who will be doing it for her if she stays in an environment where she couldn't get help? So you don't need to raise a dependent child or an entitled child. So don't also be a parent in the area of responsibility. Don't be a parent that we always be shielding and be parent that will be rescuing the child at all time from punishment or consequences when he or she disobeyed. Don't be the one parent, the mother or the father, that be rescuing that child from the consequences of his action. Because if you are doing that, it's saying the other parent is trying to raise a responsible children or child, while you that is rescuing or preventing that child, you are enabling irresponsibility in the life of that child, and at the end of it, unknowingly to you or unintentionally, you are raising an untitled child. So I would like to So, in conclusion, I would like to say that parenting is not about agreeing all the time or instantly. No, agreeing instantly over an issue. You need to think about it, you need to agree about it. It's about working together intentionally to bring, to build good character, discipline, resilience, responsibility in the life of your children. So when parents stand together, the children stand together stronger in life. The goal is not about raising perfect children, but the goal is about raising responsible, stable, and disciplined adults in future. I hope you have been blessed and you have learned one or two things from this video. Until we meet again in my next video, I say keep faith and keep trusting in the Lord. I pray that the Lord will make our children to be what we want them to be, in Jesus' name. So also, if you are watching this video, you're already a grandma, you can share with your children that are just raising their kids so that they can do it right. Until we see again, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Thank you and have a lovely day.